But like they had a Peeps store as well. But it's a walkable. It's an outside community style thing that they have built from every community is built from the ground up. But anyway, they had a Peeps store that was outside, and it was in the shape of a peep.
Uh-huh.
It's like a mom and pop peep store?
Yeah, it was weird.
Like
It was
a well-formed peep or a poorly formed peep?
no, a well-formed peep. Like they were like, if we're gonna try to sell these things to people, they need to know what they're supposed to look like.
A pert little peep on the side of the road.
It's
Just
real,
like the platonic peep to bring it back.
like the giant peach that was that's in Penticton on Okanagan Lake.
Yeah.
The one
Yeah.
that keep rolling into the lake?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Right. It is formed like a but it's massive. It's way bigger than because you can fit lots of people inside this. This isn't like a tiny little kiosk, but it is
Lots of
it is a formed object. It's not like we made a block and then we like put a beak on the outside. It's like no, they made this huge fiberglass frickin' peep that then you can go inside and walk around with, and there's like it's like it's the size of a reasonable apartment.
Can we take a brief time out to some people in chat don't know what a peep is.
Oh,
Before we
good.
carry on with the skeuomorphic peep discussion.
Well, it's your country, Molly. You fill them in.
Yeah, no, America claims responsibility for this. So a peep is an Easter time confection because Christ died on the cross so we could eat candy. It's basically if you take marshmallow fluff in like a piping bag and draw a backwards 2, and it creates this kind of floppy, sort of vaguely peepish shape. If someone could put an image in chat, perhaps. But they are barely food. I think they are like just barely legally food. They're covered in an artificially dyed sugar. They've started to come in flavors that aren't marshmallow. Around Halloween time, there are pumpkins. And there's what I do, I have a whole song about it, in fact, is you put them across from each other in a microwave and put toothpicks in them so that they sword fight to the death because that is a better use of them than eating them. That's what peeps are. Yes, thank you. There they are.
They're a marshmallow turd with eyes.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, the wax eyes.
Gross.
Can't stress enough.
They put them in a package that is not quite wide enough to support the number. So they get kind of together.
Yeah, they come in kind of a loaf that you sort of snap apart. A peep fight, yes?
Yes.
I mean, they need to figure out who is going to leave that box first.
Yeah, there's the Peep store down there.
Yeah,
I guess I
how
remembered
it's
it wrong.
the How It's Made episode about peeps was like, we can't show you the process where they actually mold the peeps because it's a trade secret, like this closely guarded. How did they get it into that shape? Is it a mold?
Also
sitting in that room.
sugar.
Completely.
Right.
Mostly dye. It tastes like the frosting on like grocery store cakes where like it just tastes like dye and oil. That's about the flavor. And then some marshmallow on the back end.
I don't like them.
No, I'm led to believe nobody is supposed to like them, and that everybody is supposed to like them.
Yeah, no, this year they announced that they had to like hold back production on some of the seasonal ones that weren't for Easter.
Right.
Like apparently there's Christmas peeps.
Mm-hmm.
And I just learned about that only to learn that they were canceled this year.
Yeah. It's like so many things. But it's like this sort of alternate experimental Oreo flavors. Just they tried to get into the, oh, you know what? What is food? You're right. Yeah, we made this up. And just sort of explored that terrain to the extent that you can with, what is basically wall insulation foam with sugar on it.
Mm-hmm.
They're, I believe they probably didn't want to show it because they didn't want people to find out that they modeled the thing that the peeps are squeezed out of on, what's the animal that takes square poops?
A wombat?
Wombat.
A wombat.
That was so fast.
It's biomimicry.
Well, I mean,
And
that's
it increased peep production by 32%.
That's the secret they don't want to reveal is they just have a special kind of wombat that they just line up 4 at a time and they just poop out the peeps.
They feed it marshmallows and sugar.
Yeah, these diabetic wombats velcroed together. It's really inhumane. And not at all kosher.
I do
wombats.
really like Cameron's idea where they just made a series of tubes that mimics what a wombat's insides do.
Yes.
Please lay it on us, Thomas.
Ah!
Yeah. Ooh, big thumbnail energy. Yeah.
I have to think that children must respond to these things quite well. I never had one as a child, so I've only had them as an adult, and I find them just overwhelming, which is why I don't like them. But I can understand why people would like them.
It's the planned obsolescence sort of pumpkin spice latte sort of trick of, once Lent rolls around, as soon as you see the peeps on the shelves, you're like, it's almost time. And I don't know, I was raised Catholic, so maybe I have a different relationship to the Easter season than most of the
Definitely can't
population.
do pumpkin spice for Lent.
No, you can't. That would be an
Not
amazing
till
flex.
Ash
Yeah,
Wednesday. No.
I'm gonna give up the peppermint mocha for Lent. Never mind that it's not in season right now. I'm doing it to emulate the suffering of Christ.
And now he didn't enjoy seasonal coffee.
Take this, all of you, and drink it. It's a piping hot PSL.
Walking through the desert, 40 days, no mochas.
No mochas. Gets out of the desert. Peeps are back. Oh, dang. Thanks. Thanks. This was totally worth suffering on the cross for 3 days about.
I didn't miss them, right? They're still okay. Good.
I don't know. I never heard a peep, so I assumed they were still just there.
They're not really biodegradable. So yeah, any peep that has existed is probably still there. Sorry, Thomas, did you have something you wanted to add?
I think you just wanted to make a face at
Yeah.
everything I said.
Yeah. So did I.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I saw yours too. Don't worry.
Fair enough.
We all got involved. We all got to be a part of this bit. Oh,
Peeps in the rain.
I feel
I feel
good
cleaner. I feel
because
like I've gone to peep confession.
I hope we haven't peeped.
I've drank like 600, 700. I drank about 700 milliliters out of this bottle already because it was full when I started. So that's great. I'm really happy about that. And
Do you have a goal of how much water you're hoping to drink over the shift?
enough to keep me alive, I think.
I don't know how to do that math.
No, I probably
Everyone a toast to hydration.
To
hydration.
We need it to stay alive and to hydrate ourselves. So say we all. Cheers.
Cheers.
L'chaim.